Hello, everyone. News Channel 3, Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson here with a live weather update on this Tuesday evening. And more than just a Tuesday evening here, we have some big-time weather to go over here. Let me adjust the camera just a little bit. There we go. So obviously a lot going on weather-wise. So we'll let some folks get into the room, and then we'll get right to it. We have a weather alert day for tomorrow. We are extending that into a weather alert day for Thursday as well. So really 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday. A lot because of the importance of the day. I mean, this is a big travel day, with it being a holiday, especially for folks who are only going to be traveling, let's say, in our environs, our immediate environs here. And so that's why we are going with the weather alert day, not only for tomorrow, but also for Thursday as well. So let some folks get into the room here and we'll get moving. Chris, hello to you in Coopersville. I know you're loving that 7-day forecast because this old man winter thing here is going to be sticking around for a little while. It's not just going to be one and done here. This is a visit that's going to be a while. If old man winter had a suitcase when we let him in, he would say, hey, cool. I brought enough clothes to stick around here for a little while. Hello to you, Jonathan. Thanks for checking in. We'll give some folks time to get in here, and you can see what I've got going on here on our slate, our schedule, our docket, if you will, and that is a weather alert day for tomorrow, as big wind will be building. I think the biggest feature of this, yes, it's going to be the snow. Actually, I don't think it's going to be the snow. I think it's going to be the wind, especially close to the lakeshore. We're talking about 50 to 60 mile per hour winds, and we could be talking about some power outages. So I do believe the wind is what's going to be the biggest factor here. Yes, the snow combined with the wind is what will make it so problematic. Good evening to you, Pugs R Us. Joanne, hello to you. Make the snow bypass us. Oh, I don't think I can do that. Martha, bring it on. Hibernate. I got to tell you, I happen to be off tomorrow, although I am coming in if it does get that bad. But Colin's going to be filling in for me tomorrow. I have tomorrow and Thanksgiving Day off, but then I'm back Friday morning. I'm back Black Friday, but I'm there early in the morning. I'm coming in at about 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday. So I won't be around for a lot of these shenanigans either, but I'm going to be hibernating, and I'll be going live from time to time from my hibernation cave, if you will. Winter has definitely, it will, by this time tomorrow, you're going to know it. Actually, in about 12 hours, we're going to know it. Carla. Gulf Shores, Alabama. Well, thanks for checking in. You don't have to worry about what we're dealing with up here, that's for sure. A weighted vest on your 3-pound puppy. Listen, that pup will blow away, right? That pup will blow away. You don't want that to happen, right? Let me squeeze this back just a little bit. There we go. So we have the big wind building, lake effect snow with some hazardous travel. It's the combination of the snow and the wind that's going to cause such problems. Kelly, hello to you. And Steve, beautiful in Clearwater. Oh, you got to get some sunsets down there like you give me in South Haven, right? Good time to stay home and snuggle under the fleece blanket. I'm about probably 3 hours away from getting under an electric blanket myself, and I'm looking forward to it already. Karen, good evening to you. Joe, I'm with you there. Gonna go Lions. Chris says finally. So let's get to it. All right, let's move on. Well, of course, like I said, we have that weather alert day for tomorrow, for lake effect snow and for blowing snow. And at this time, we are planning on keeping it in there for Thursday, which does coincide, by the way, with the National Weather Service and their winter storm warning, which starts tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, and it will go until 7 p.m. Thursday. 7 p.m. Thursday. Here it is. A couple of weather alert days on the way for us, and they just happen to be the day that everybody's traveling, or a lot of people are traveling to their destination on Wednesday or Thursday, either way. In the county shaded in pink, and you see that's not everybody, but it is Kalamazoo County, Van Buren, Allegan, Berry County, and Calhoun County. You see the communities there in that area. And then north of Muskegon County, Oceana County, Newaygo County, and Mecosta County, all the way up to the northwest lower. If you're heading that direction, if you're going up north, as we like to call it, right? And depending on your definition of up north, but if it does involve the Grayling, Traverse City, Petoskey, Bridge, Mackinac Bridge area, certainly if you're going into the UP, but you already know that if you're going to the UP this time of year, then you're going to be dealing with the same story here. Carl, I don't know. You might get a little traction with that. Cold water in the house. Courtney, thanks for that. Jesse, hello to you from the Berg. Go to get your taco things for Thanksgiving. There you go. Greta, cannot wait for the snow. Bring it on. Oh, by this time tomorrow. You're right, Jenny. The gales of November. They didn't come early this time. It's November 25th. Should not try to hang your Christmas lights out. Marcellus, hello to you. Greta, thanks for being here. I don't know. I wouldn't do that tomorrow. Very seriously, Joanne. If it's an optional trip from tomorrow afternoon, certainly tomorrow night and Thursday, if your travel is optional, then I would take the option to not do it. I'll get to that hour by hour, John, in just a moment. Melinda, hello to you in Owasso. Thanks for checking in. All right, here you see what we have. The county shaded in pink is where we're looking at 2 to maybe up to 7 inches of snow. It's lake effect. But you combine even just 2 to 3 inches. Listen to this. Even with just 2 to 3 inches of snow, if you've got a 50+ mile per hour wind whipping that around, you can get some whiteouts with that. So the travel, again, likely to be hazardous. This goes into effect tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, but as I'll show you in the hour by hour coming up, I don't think things are really going to go downhill fast until we get closer to noon. So if you are commuting to work, for example, tomorrow early in the morning, I think you'll probably get there all right. Now, the return, that's dicey. You see where we have the winter weather advisory, not as much snow expected here. I think the consensus or the guidance is going with 2 to 4, maybe 5 here. But I'll tell you, even 2, 3, 4 inches of snow with a 50-mile-an-hour wind. And that wind, by the way, we have a high wind warning along the lakeshore. We have a wind advisory for the rest of West Michigan. Too many colors to put on the map here. But that is going to be for everybody. It's going to be windy for everybody. Windiest along the lakeshore. And by the way, here's why. Here's why. Mitchell, I'll get to that hour by hour. Hello to you, Wilson and Corey. Thank you so much. Mitchell, 6 to 7 a.m. I got that coming up. Here's why the wind is going to be the most ferocious along the lakeshore where there could be 60+ gusts. Because when you talk about that wind crossing the lake, there's no impediment. There's nothing to obstruct it. There's no topography. It's flat. There's no buildings. There's nothing. And so it's going to have the full fury, the full force along the lakeshore. Once it starts coming inland, of course, now it's hitting slopes, it's hitting the land, it's hitting topography, it's hitting buildings, it's hitting trees. And so that'll knock it down just a little bit. So first of all, let me tell you how much snow we're looking at total here. This from our short range model going through Thursday, 7 p.m. And remember that warning and the advisory go from 7 a.m. tomorrow to 7 p.m. So we're looking at, and I want you to notice 2 things. First, you see the numbers there. Where you see the purple is where it's 6 inches plus. Notice the orientation, that southwest to north, or northwest to southeast orientation. Those are the snow bands. Notice that it's not in our typical snow belt area west of US 131. Instead, this is really more east of US 131. Why? Look at Coldwater, 6 projected. The reason is the wind. It's so strong that it's going to be pushing that snow in before it really starts to fall. And so that's why you're seeing the numbers the way that you are right there. Herbie, got to protect Herbie Kirby. That's for sure, Chris. Good call there. Lana, hello to you. Got your outdoor Christmas decorations up. Let me say something about that. I have an inflatable snowman that's out there. I took the air out of him yesterday, and he's going to sit. He's sitting this one out until we get to Friday or so. If you've got something that is prone to blow around, I call it wind sensitive, then you need to just keep that in mind. You need to anchor it down, stake it down, put a brick on it or something like that to hold it down, because we're talking about some very strong winds there. Wow, Western up 17-7. Thanks for the tip there, Jen. Western beats Eastern, and we're going to the MAC Championship Bowl there. Matt, hello to you. John and Manistee had 47 degrees and light rain. All right, let's move on. You see how much snow. Here's what we're looking at for the hazardous travel. Overnight, we're going with some fog. We got some patchy, dense fog out there right now. Grand Rapids close to 0. And that's going to change to some rain here overnight. And then as the winds pick up, we see a fog. That wind is going to do a number on the fog. We're going to start with some rain early in the morning. And by shortly after daybreak or so, I got the hour by hour coming up, it's going to change to snow. The wind is going to be a definite factor from mid to late morning all the way through Thanksgiving Day. We have snow and wind for the afternoon tomorrow, snow and wind for the evening tomorrow. All right, here's the hour by hour, and here's what's at play. This area of low pressure that's out to the west, it's a whopper. It's a strong one. And by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, you see that cold front is pushing through. Look at our temperatures. 48 in Cleveland, 46 in Detroit, 36 in Kalamazoo, 36 Fort Wayne, 34 Chicago, knocking the temperatures down. As that low slides off to the northeast, we start to see accumulating snow. There you see that. What was rain early tomorrow morning is now changed over to snow. And the atmosphere is certainly cold enough to support more of this snow. And in fact, lake effect will be kicking in by late tomorrow afternoon, early tomorrow evening. The wind is going to be strong during this whole period. I'll show you on our hour-by-hour forecast with that. Continues tomorrow night. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, Thanksgiving midnight, cold, snowy. And notice the effect from Lake Superior on the UP and Lake Michigan on the lower peninsula there. Okay, that's what we got going on. Now we're going to move this to 7 o'clock Thanksgiving morning. We still have that strong flow of cold air coming in out of the northwest, and that's going to trigger more of these lake effect snow showers. So if you're headed to Chicago, for example, as you can see on the map here, once you get out of that snow band area, once you get to, let's say, Michigan City, certainly Hammond or Gary, Indiana, if you're going around the lake, you're going to be all right. On the other hand, if you go in the other direction, you're going to be dealing with these snow showers. And if you're going up north, up either US 127, or if you're going up certainly US 131, the closer you are to the lake there, the more likely you are to have some snow showers there. Kyle, are ground temps still in play? Yes, they are. There will be some melting, but I think this is going to, first of all, the air is going to be cold enough for long enough to overcome that. And there's going to be enough snow to overcome that as well. By Thursday evening, which is when the warning goes away for now, we'll see if something else is issued. And then also we start to see the advisory is going to go away, then the winter storm warning is going to go away, but the snow's still here. All right, that takes us to Thursday evening. All right, let me show you the wind gust. Tonight, 11 o'clock, not a big deal. We're talking about 10 to 15, but watch how fast they build. And watch our wind arrows too. All right, here we go. We're going to run our clock to 7 a.m. We've gone from 15 mile per hour gust to 40 to near 50 along the lakeshore. That's what I'm talking about. And then inland, we're going to be in the upper 20s to low 30s. So you go to bed tonight, and you're thinking, well, the wind's not much of an issue. You get up in the morning, you open that front door, the wind, you'll feel it right away. And now watch as our wind arrows start to change. We're going with a west wind by noon, and now we're talking 50 to 55 mile per hour gusts along the lakeshore. Power outages could be in play. And then we're talking about a 35 to 45 mile per hour gust inland as well. All right. Remember, like I said, that wind comes off of the water. It is unimpeded. But once it starts moving inland, it hits land, it hits trees, it hits buildings. So that knocks it down just a little bit. Now let's take our wind to 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock. We're talking 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts along the lakeshore. And we're talking 35 to 45 mile per hour gusts inland. Wouldn't be surprised to pop a 50 somewhere there too. Pretty strong stuff. Add snow falling during that time, and you see what I'm talking about there. That's the mess that we're looking at. Even tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, we still have these very strong winds. And so just keep that in mind. You know, that wind advisory is going to continue as well. So we're talking about the wind continuing to be a factor into Thanksgiving Day as well. So there are temperatures right now. They're in the upper 40s to around 50. Let me get to our 7-day forecast. There's not a lot going on right now with the radar. The weather's really quiet right now, but let's talk 7-day. Here's why. We have another snowmaker that's eyeing us for Saturday. And it also has the potential of bringing several inches of accumulating system snow, which is going to be area-wide. This will not pack the punch from wind that tomorrow's weather event will have. So we have a 1-2 punch from Old Man Winter here. The first one, weather alert day for tomorrow. You see that blue arrow on the 7-day? That's because the temps are going to be falling during the day. That 40 is going to be sometime in the morning. Frontal passage is going to be sometime around daybreak. And then the winds are going to be whipping out of the west. It's going to be bringing in colder air. Our temps are going to be falling. And knock that snow up to 100%. I'll do that for 10 and 11 tonight. Thursday, we're going to continue to see the lake effect snow showers. And then we get a bit of a respite on Friday, a bit of a break on Friday. Still some snow, but I think our accumulation is mainly going to be Wednesday into Thursday. a bit of a break on Friday, and then the next system, big old storm coming up out of the southwest, looks to be lining us up for some big moisture. And I think the potential is there for a widespread 3 to 6 inches out of that. That's the way that's looking now. This is Tuesday. We're talking Saturday. We still have a few days to work the kinks out on that one, work the bugs out on that one. I prefer one storm at a time, please. We're dealing with Wednesday, Thursday right now, which is very serious because lots of folks are traveling. Friday, a break. Saturday, periods of heavy snow. Wouldn't be surprised at all. I know some folks who may be traveling to the big Michigan-Ohio State game at the Big House. And so you're probably just going to be dealing with some snow. If you got tickets to the game, you're probably going to be sitting in some snow. But come on, that's the way it's supposed to be, right? So that's why I've got that snowman there. We're looking at a few inches, maybe several inches of accumulation. There's still some things to be determined there. Look, system snow always means we got to watch the track of the storm, because if it changes by 50 miles, that'll make a huge difference. We could get a little more rain than snow out of this, and that would take a 3 to 6 inch accumulation prediction and junk it down to an inch or two. But we're going to keep an eye on it. Right now, I think it's safe to say, we say here in our good old Facebook Live room, consistency over time equals confidence. One other message since last weekend that I've been getting on this from the models, consistently pointing to the possibility there of several inches of accumulation, or at least a few. That's why I'm saying 3 to 6, 3 to 7. Widespread. This isn't lake effect on Saturday. This is area-wide system snow. So that's going to come after our Wednesday, Thursday bouts with the lake effect, which is going to come with the powerful wind. Saturday, I don't think it's not going to have that strong wind with it, but it will have a lot of snow. That looks like it will change to a rain-snow mix, becoming a little bit soppy in there on Sunday. And then another shot of colder air is lining us up. You look at next Tuesday, we're talking about a high only in the mid-20s. So if you've been wondering, where is old man winter? It's been pretty meager. It's been pretty weak. Well, he's here. He's not knocking on the door. He's pounding on the door. And like I said, he brought a suitcase that has several days worth of clothes in it. So he's planning on sticking around for a while. Penny, here's what I said about traveling to Chicago tomorrow. First of all, the earlier you can leave, the better. Second, traveling anywhere in the lower peninsula, especially west of, let's say, US 127 or I-69 tomorrow, especially in the afternoon and evening, is going to be dicey. If you think of the way that Lake Michigan, of course, comes down to that point in the south, which is the point of it really is down in northwest Indiana. What I'm saying about traveling to Chicago tomorrow, if you leave early, you're in good shape. Early meaning like close to sunrise or something. If you leave later, just remember, you're probably good even mid to late morning. It's going to get windy as heck, though, tomorrow in the morning, even after sunrise. But once you get down past where that northwest wind is bringing those snow bands in, then you're going to be good to go. So that's what I meant by that. I hope that makes sense for you there. Don't need back-to-back storms, Melinda says. I hear you. Please keep the snow away next weekend. I'll see if I can do that, Andrea. I don't have much stock there. Lisa's ready for it. Debbie, go away, old man winter. He's like, hey, it's the first time I really visited with you. Detroit tomorrow, Sarah. Again, earlier you leave, the better. And I do think that you're going to be all right if you leave early in the morning. When I say early in the morning, if you're headed that way, you're probably going to be dealing with some rain. It's going to be getting windy, but before about like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. If you wait till noon or 1 in the afternoon, it's going to get a little bit snowy. But remember, this is lake effect. And even though it's pushing far east because of the strong wind, Detroit's not going to be seeing anything like what I would say really US 127. Normally we're talking US 131 is our good marker for lake effect snow when we talk about the snow belt. The wind on this is so strong that it's pushing that east. And I would say US 127, which runs right in the middle of the lower. So once you get on the other side of that, I don't think you're really going to be dealing much with the lake effect. That would be for travel to Detroit for tomorrow. Putting Christmas lights on Friday. All right, you'll be good to go. The wind will be dying down a bit on Friday, but tomorrow and Thursday are going to be rough. Oh, okay, Tina, I might run by there and grab that cat. Thank you for the heads up on that. Penny, got to go to blood work to Chicago tomorrow. Okay. Like I said, just the earlier you can leave. You don't have to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning. But if you're leaving around dawn or something like that, I think you're going to be in okay shape. I want to try to see if this will let me back up, because I want to go back to our hour by hour just to show you, to give you a little of that clarity on what our model is going with as far as the timing on that changeover from rain to snow. All right, this is the 11 o'clock hour, rain just off to the west. Let's run this forward and see. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. Here we go. Let's see where it puts us. All right. Okay, so you can see where we make that transition between about 5 and 8, 5 and 7. All right, it doesn't mean that instantly things are going to just go to pot. You can see that we're making that transition at 9 in the morning. That's why I say, now remember, the wind's going to be strong by tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. But as far as the precip goes, the changeover, I don't think is going to really take hold until we get to about noonish. So that's why I say in the morning, you'll probably be all right. Do remember, though, it's going to be really windy. That lake effect will start to kick in afternoon tomorrow, coming afternoon. Coming back home from Chicago might be an issue. Yeah, if you're coming, well, if you were coming back on Friday, I think you're going to be all right. Thursday might still be a little bit dicey. And then Saturday is going to be dicey for everybody. Let's see. Let's say, do I need to do some gardening? And that's what's going on here, I think. Hello to you, Ben. Be in Kalamazoo for the afternoon. That's right. Be very careful. The earlier you can get here, the better. I saw your pic there on the Christmas train. I wanted to hit that Canadian Pacific Christmas train up. And, you know, I was headed down to Elkhart to do that. And fortunately, I caught a Facebook page that was tracking it, and they were running an hour early. And so I'm glad I saw that. I would have gotten down to Elkhart, and it would have been like, oh, it's already gone. So note to self, next year, I'm going to hit that train up, and I'm going to get there early. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google search Canadian Pacific Christmas train. I know I saw that pic that you had there, Ben. All right. I think that's it. So there you see it. I'm going to try to go back to this one more time. I just want to show it one more time. I don't really care about that graphic so much, but all right. So I want you to watch here. It's a little bit, I know, it doesn't go too smoothly because I made it and I'm not really good at making these maps. So we're going to go from 11 p.m. till 7, and you'll see what happens. That front pushes through by 9 a.m. And so that's when we'll start getting colder. We're not going to instantly go to lake effect snow. It takes a while for the atmosphere to chill to that level in the vertical. But certainly by the time we get to 6, look at that. We have made the transition, and the snow showers, as you can see there on the box that I have, accumulations will start to stack up. And how much? Just go back to that one graphic. Here's how much we're looking at. Let me go forward here. Here we go. This is what we're looking at right here. Again, 5 to 7-ish in that blue and purple zone. Again, that's away from the lake, actually. And this would argue that if you're headed west to Chicago, and once you get even into western Berrien County, that you won't be in too bad a shape. This is a west-northwest wind that's going to be blowing in all this snow. Lily, thanks for the thanks. I'm sure it was, Ben. I'm a little jealous there. A little jealous. Sunday, good question, Greg. Let's get back to our 7-day here, and I'll show you what's going on Sunday. It'll just take me a moment here. If you'll just give me a little bit. Let's see if it'll let me speed through it like this. There we go. All right, here we go. Let's get to that 7-day. There it is. Sunday, I think we have a little rain snow mix. I don't think Sunday is going to be as problematic. It's going to be sloppy, but with temperatures getting above freezing during the day, I don't expect it to be as much of a problem. In the morning, yes, dicey driving in the morning. But Sunday afternoon, especially if that warmer air comes through, then it's going to be, mushy out there, slushy out there. But it won't be as bad as Saturday has the potential to be. It is hard to forecast. I know, Ben. I know. I love system snow. I love system snow because, as you know, it's easier usually to project and to predict. Lake effect, especially the earlier ones. The early ones in the season are tough. All right, everybody. I hope that covers it. I got 9:40 on the clock. Lighting candles after closing the house. Okay. One person. Oh, you know what? Look at that. 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 I get busy here with the graphics, and I end up having to do some gardening. But that's okay. It keeps me on my toes. Debbie, I agree with you there. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm skating out of here in 20 minutes. I'll be live on Arc West, Michigan. I'll be live at 11 on News Channel 3. I hope to catch you in one of those spots. Thank you much, Ben. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great holiday as well. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate all the work that you do, too. Thank you so much. Oh, my gosh. Your niece is getting married outside on Saturday. Oh, wow. That's all I can say. Will Thursday be a bad travel day at 1 p.m. from Kalamazoo to Allegan? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Miranda. I'm not saying don't go and never tell anybody, unless you're looking for an excuse not to go visit some family. I know some people who do that. Jeanette, you're very welcome. Diana, hello to you. But I will say this. If you must travel in that area, like what you were just saying there, Kalamazoo to Allegan, Thursday at 1 o'clock, pack your patience. Make sure your cell phone is charged. Always have a kit in your car. And I would say let people know when you're leaving, and just take your time. This is not the time to be in a rush or to be impatient on our roads. That's for sure. The next 2 days. That's for sure. Indy Thursday morning. I think you'll probably be all right. It might be a little dicey until you get, into northern Indiana a little bit. If you're going down 131 or if you're going over to 69, going down that way, or if you're going over to 65. Actually, this is one of the times when it might be better to go over to 65 and go down. But just because you want to get away from that, Branch County, St. Joe County area. But I don't think it'll be that much of an issue. You're going away from it. You just need to get down there into northern Indiana, and then I think you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go. Now, if you're coming back on Saturday, you better listen up, because that system that's going to be bringing us area-wide several inches of accumulation on Saturday, or has the potential to, it's moving through the Ohio Valley, and it could be putting down some serious snow in Indiana and Ohio as well. We got to keep an eye on that. Remember, that's still Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's still 4 days out. 4 days out. So we have some time to fine-tune that. All right, everybody, I better go. I only got 18 minutes until I'm live on Arc West, Michigan. At hour 18, I'll be live on the Mothership News Channel 3. Thank you so much for being here for this YouTube and Facebook Live update. My good buddy Jeff Porter is here in the morning. Must see TV for sure. He's got updates from 4:30 on our weather alert day. 4:30 to 9 a.m. He's got you again at noon. I am off tomorrow. My good buddy Colin, I was going to say Will. My good buddy Colin is going to be here for me tomorrow, and so he'll be doing the good work. I'll be back Friday morning, Black Friday. It'll be Black Friday for me because I'm going to be here at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock in the morning on that Friday, and not to shop. But I'll be back Friday morning. So that's why I have tomorrow and Thursday off. So I'll see you again on Friday. I'll be, I do think I'm going to be popping in from time to time, certainly with some updates on the weather, but maybe even with a live hit or two during the day tomorrow and also on Thanksgiving Day, just to keep everybody updated as well. Rocky, no problem. Hello to you. Hello to you. Jordan, are flights likely to be canceled? I would not be surprised if tomorrow night, for example, tomorrow evening or Thanksgiving Day, if some flights are canceled. And because of the wind, because of the wind, of course, the snow too. Headed home Thursday, coming up 69. On Thursday, it's going to be getting a little dicey when you get close to the Indiana line. Thanksgiving night, I think it's going to be improving, but we'll still see some lake effect. Here's the problem. Once we get to like Thursday night or Friday, we don't know what kind of damage has been done to the roads. As far as the snow coming down, I think by Thursday evening, it will be winding down. The wind will be winding down. So that'll be that I think will be in everybody's favor if you're traveling. What I don't know about on Thursday evening, for example, and wherever you're traveling, is what will the roads look like by then. Brad, I hope you have a nice Thanksgiving. You're in Tennessee. Hello to the volunteer state. Good old Rocky Top. All right, everybody, I'm going to go. I got to go. I would like to stay here, but I need to go so I can be on the tube on Arc West Michigan. You're very welcome, Ron, and safe travels. In 15 minutes, hour 15 on the mothership with an update. Jeff's here in the morning. Don't forget, I'm all over social media. Give me a follow if you're not already, or a like on WWMT's Keith Thompson. I am on X, Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at Weatherman Keith. That's at the @ sign and Weatherman Keith, all lowercase, all one word. All right, everybody. We'll get through this. Come on. We can make it. We'll do all right. And I appreciate everybody being here. I wish the happiest of Thanksgiving for all of you, and I am thankful among so many things I have to be thankful for, which, by the way, in 2 days, and I'm going to probably write a little blog about it, 2 days will be the 1 year anniversary of my diagnosis. If you've been around, you know what I'm talking about. And so I am very thankful to still be here, and also thankful for all of you too. I appreciate all of you. And so that's what I'm going to be thinking about on Thanksgiving Day, all of the things that I have to be thankful for. And safe travel. I'm not going anywhere, but for those who are, I am going to be thankful in advance that you have safe travels. All right, everybody. Good night. If I don't see you on the tube, I'll catch up with you on social media sometime over the next couple of days, and then I'm back in here on Friday. Good night.